Okay. You know, for some reason, the last minute and a half wasn't usable footage. I just walked in there and then remembered, oh yeah, that guy is in the bar. So I walked back out and walked down here. Okay, just I don't know. For some reason, the last couple minutes just was like, what the hell? I can't use this. So anyway, let's just go into the cafe, and he better pay more than 22,500, because if he doesn't, I should load the hard save, because we need all of that. Product was delivered safely. Herr Schmidt won't be happy about it, though. That's it. Leave him to us, and regarding your Mark 6, don't worry. The prototype is in good hands now. He slips a credit stick in your hands. Enjoy your payment. See you around. I got 2,000 from that, and nobody else got paid. What was the last place I saved? That is not worth giving it to him for. We need money for the thing. Like, this is the Mark 4 save. That's the elevator. Oh no. I'd have to do that whole combat over again. I have this already saved as a hard save, so let's just see where this takes me. I'm just curious, because I don't think it's worth it. I really think we need that money. Doing his mission just doesn't sound like... Okay, I get 2,000. That's it. I would get more than that with my cut. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to do this over again. And I'm not going to film it, but I'm going to deliver it to our first client. And there's a reason for it. Because, okay, do I have all the optional things done? Optional. Return the prototype undamaged to the lodge. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not doing that because I have to do the other combats over again, but it's probably going to be worth it. I just don't think it's worth to deliver the prototype to him for 2,000 new yen when, I mean, it's 22,500 for the whole team. Chances are 10,000 of it's going to be given to the Alice Fund, and my cut's probably going to be like 3 grand. So, yeah, forget it. Let's just, here are 2 vans. We've read this before. Make a good choice. This one. Herr Schmidt's van. Send the Mark IV back to your client. Escape with the prototype. Objective optional. Failed. I know. It wasn't worth the money. Now, I think I read somewhere that you get like power armor if you do all of his missions, but this one financially is not worth it. An independent mission is worth it. This one, as part of our client and him interrupting me and only paying 2 grand, fuck him. Fuck that. I'm out of here. Okay, it's all about the goddamn money. You understand? As good a time as any. Yeah, what's up? How do we know that isn't a huge waste of time? Sounds good to me. I'll meet with her. Meet at Cafe Ches. Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm going to do this over again. I'm not going to bug you with it. We'll meet back at Cafe Ches. I must have got some slick RNG last time I did the subway encounter, because it took me like 10 tries to repeat that bravado. Like, I couldn't do it. I was getting so pissed off. But anyway, I've now given the thing to the client, so we'll get a lot more money, hopefully. You know, and my cut will be good. I don't know. Luca Durr, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Displeased with your performance in the AG Chime Europe office, it would have been very easy for you to make some extra million by doing what we asked. Now, we don't have any other business to discuss. No, we don't. Found this liquor in my travels. Worth anything? No, not quite. I received a case of this last discerning. I could offer you 10 million for it. Sure, I got news for it. Bummer. Be great if I had socialite shit. I should always pick that from now on. Because, you know, that's what I do. I could discern the cheap from the good stuff just by smell. Sometimes by sight if it's in the right bottle, but they could always swap bottles, but usually by smell. Anyway, hi Blitz. How you doing? Steel Fleet, I was hoping I'd see you. Do you have another run lined up for us yet? Where the hell are you, Chef? Don't worry, we're doing fine on job front. Amsel's been working overtime. Monies. You doing okay? Not too bad, Chief. Done it crazy in here. You ever heard of an organization called the Lodge? I think I heard something about capital L. Lodge. Yeah, there was some chatter on the BBS. It used to hang out a few years ago. It's a magic thing, I think. Sort of a boogeyman for conspiracy theories. Interesting. Do you know anything else? Not really, no. Conspiracy theories aren't really my thing. I prefer to keep my eye on what's ahead of me. Besides, most of that stuff is bull anyway. On the whole, people are too disorganized and selfish to make a goal conspiracy work. Any thoughts about that last run you'd like to share? The Mark 6 was an incredible piece of engineering, Chief. Never seen anything like it before. And the fact that it was rigor-enabled. Oh man, the potential ramifications of technology are staggering. I'm glad we could hand it over intact. I mean, I feel sorry for the troll that they installed it and stuff into and all. But as a feat of cyber engineering, it was a thing of beauty. It would have been a pity to destroy it. Alright, we'll talk later. Hi Dietrich, hi puppy. All that good stuff. Hey, maybe someone grabbed our pay data, you know, in my last run. You have 5 unread messages. Salvage DVD. The screen flickers to life and Matilda's face appears from the shifting background ambient noise. Hi, Steel Fleet, I just want to tell you that I've met with limited success in working with that set of DACA DVDs. It's a thorny problem, but at least I'm making some headway. If you look at the table beside the DVD player, you'll find another recovered disc. I wasn't able to salvage all the files on it, but I think you might find what I did to be of interest. For my part, I'm going to continue working on the other DVDs. To tell you the truth, that I wouldn't hold out much hope, though. I mean, they're already badly damaged and suffer from disc rot. Besides, I'll be in touch. Best to your team. Message ends and the image fades. You find yourself back in your inbox. Payback is sweet. The screen flickers to life and Maxim's face appears. He's wearing a broad grin and you can hear the sounds of celebration in the background. Hey there, Muscle. Not sure if Tut gave me the right address, but I figured it was worth a shot. I don't know if you've heard, but our favorite Poli Club got hit from all sides by the F state today. It was glorious. Anyway, just thought you'd want to hear in the good news, and thanks for your help back there. I don't think we would have made it out there without you. A Santa salute. Take care, Steel Fleet. Message ends. Thanks. Alexander to Steel Fleet. Hey, Steel Fleet. Uncle Dietrich told me that I could message you here, so I figured I should. He probably told you that I'm living in Samuel, huh? I'm living at Samuel's, huh? Well, that's where I am. It's different, I'll give you that much. I'd like that I don't get pressure to hurt people here, so that's good. Nobody smacks me around, even though I can tell a lot of them are orcs and trolls want to. I do get yelled at a lot and called a lot of names, but I guess that makes me feel bad about the kind of thing as part of the plan. Life kind of sucks right now, but at least nobody's going to make me kill anyone. Uncle D says it's going to get better, and maybe it will. I don't know. Anyway, what I mostly want to say was thanks for not killing me back at the Humanist compound. I had a gun on you, so you totally could have, but you didn't, and I'm really glad to hear about that. Still alive. Jana to Steel Fleet. I guess I should thank you. You got me out of that horrible job alive. I don't think I could have made it on my own. What happened in that run, everything else? It took everything else away from me, but at least I'm still breathing. The Lodge turned me into a killer, Steel Fleet. That gnaws at my gut every minute of every day, and I still can't sleep at night. Innocent people, normal people died because of what I did. And you know what they made me do it? Because they could. I don't know. Maybe this doesn't bother you. You're just a Shadowrunner, after all. You kill people all the time. It's just another day at the office, huh? Well, I'm not like you. I can't just kill people on the job and forget about it the next day. This is gonna haunt me for the rest of my life. I don't know how to live like this, but it's still better than not living at all. That's what I keep telling myself, and so I figured that I might as well tell it to you too. You have one unread message. Recovery. From Silk to Steel Fleet. Hi, Steel Fleet. This is Silk from the hotel. Hope it's okay that I'm writing you. Samuel gave me your email address. Anyway, I just wanted to thank you for everything that you did for me. Clicking my cram habit was the hardest thing that I've ever done, and I don't think I would have tried if you hadn't talked me into it. To celebrate my newfound sobriety, you know, those word, I decided to sign on as a volunteer at the charity. Who knows? Maybe giving back to the community will help turn things around in my life. Anyway, thanks again, Steelfoot OU1. Yours, Silk. Read your old messages. Open the jobs directory. Check the status of Alice Fund. Access the Shadowlands BBS. Claim payment for sold pay data. Sold romantic recording. Only 387? Man. I mean, 420 minus the 10%, of course. Post pay data for sale. Do I have any? I don't think so, no. Search it for relevant keywords. Thread. Massacre at the Shamsit schoolhouse. Really reality attention grabbing headline, right? That's how the local news has been spinning it. Truth is, the schoolhouse was abandoned years ago and was being used as a humanist recruit and training complex. You're kidding me. A friend of mine was going there after class and he said it was just a community center. I know none of you are fans of humanists. That entire chapter house got wiped clean. There were probably some kids in there in the streets who were just looking for a hot meal. Screw humanists for exploiting them, but they didn't deserve death. Good riddance to those assholes. Streets are all a little safer now that they're all buried. Went trolling on the humanist board, and that place was totally wiped out. Volker Stahl was in charge of that chapter house. Good riddance to that piece of direct. Hey, I just got offered a job to geek one of the humanist lieutenants. Seems like Stahl is dead and the power struggle's already underway. You taking the job? That's not my kind of work. But I gave the Johnson an address to one of your Tricks Dead drops. Cheers, mate. I just finished up drinks with a chummer who was doing some biz up there. The real story is humanists did not want to pay for services rendered, and some hired muscle went crazy and took them all out. So the muscle decided to take the whole place down and get the Nuyen back? Well, that's one way of making a living, I guess. Even if your friend did get screwed out of a bit of Nuyen, I don't think humanists would ever be worth the bullets, especially that many of them. Formula 17. So we've all seen this one floating about the tricks. This is some serious stuff. It's got heavy-duty core written all over it. Not a lot of players could be behind something like this. Ares or SK or maybe one of the big pharma cores, say Assyrian or AGC. Of course, you can never totally discount the Azis either. Toastique, my esteemed colleague, this is indeed a recipe for some top shelf shit. Whisper from the Shadow says that the source straight from the F state. Hello boys, I'm a big fan. You know, long time reader, first time poster. Quite an interesting concoction you have there. I'm just itching to cook some up. So many interesting properties to play with. I've already got a few tweaks in mind for my own special version 2.0. Sure that you want to do that? This stuff doesn't play nice, and Core are really bad at sharing their toys. You can, of course, always share their secrets for them. Just gotta make sure that you run a little faster than them. Always running, hey CW, the Smiling Bandit. Like clockwork. Bandit, I'm touched by your concern, but don't worry about little old me. I do declare there shall be ever such fun. Save the F state. Their eyes up against the corporatists now. Fight for the free Berlin. You just fall out of a time warp. The war's over and we won. Hard to imagine Berlin any freer. Maybe you just need to switch off the decaf. Switch off to decaf. As long as any corporate is active anywhere in the F state, we're all at risk. We must act. Cores are good for business and keep their little corners. Why do you think we would help you? How naive to think that you would stay there forever. Don't you see that they're taking the freedom we all hold so dear? Plans are being made across the F-State with Shadow community on our side. We shall prevail. The F-State has its own way of dealing with those who step out of line. Take your politics somewhere else. Around here, we've got bills to pay. Running on SK. Shizy, what a thrill. Had to do a simple data steal in an SK branch office. Turned into an okay corral shootout. Never seen first response team arrive that fast in my life. Had a Decker off-site running damage control. Managed to distract the second team to a different building while we jacked the car. The first team came in. Lesson learned. Simple when it comes to SK means something else. You stole the core responsible... You stole the core response vehicle? Don't they have trackers on those things? Of course they do. Dumped it off the side of a road with a prime grenade in the back seat, you know, just to be safe. Nice one. Bragging about nearly failed run on SK, is it worth them paying a Decker to backtrace your Shadowlands account? Any idea what value data they were hiding in that branch office? No idea. Money was too good to take any chances with. Safely delivered it and transfer cleared. Access the Shadowrun BBS, Asset Monica Steam personal files, open the job directory. Aha, claim payment for the Mark 6 prototype extraction. There you go. See? Instead of 2,000, I got 3,750. You might argue that the reward later on might be worth that extra 17, but we don't get any funds for the Alice account. Your reputation is well deserved. The interests that represents are deeply impressed, both with the Mark 6 itself and with your work in the assignment. Please accept payment with our compliments. A moment later, a second message pops into your inbox. Your payment details. Payment from 26. Deductions for crew 6. Ammunition and resupply costs. Automatic deductions for Alice funds. See, we need that. At least I think we do. I mean, maybe they'll just keep giving you missions over and over again until you get enough. Who knows? But I don't know. Maybe we're on a timetable. And see, our team gets 1250, and I get more than that as team leader. But I need that because I got to restock too. Oh, well, they might get 1250, and I get more. But they also the resupply costs are 1500. And I bet you anything if you hired on another team member, that resupply cost would be even higher. View all pending and active jobs. Pending pharmaceutical cleanup job. Here you will find the complete transaction of my conversation with Harfux, a potential client. The job seems to be really straightforward and the payout is reasonable. One word of caution before you proceed. There are aspects of this run that you might find morally troubling. Be sure to read and understand the specifics of the job before accepting. If you do accept, you'll be expected to carry out the requirements of the job in full. After reading the transcript, you may choose whether or not to accept the job. If you respond in the affirmative, our client will be notified and will make the necessary preparations for the run. Yes, I'm here. To whom am I speaking? You may call me Herr Fux. Something like Fuchs, but Fux. Very well, please describe the work that you would like to have done. Straight to the point. I like that very well. I'd like to retain your team services to clean up a mess. Go on. My employer has dispatched a team of operatives to conduct a quiet operation at a local shearing farm lab, AG. Unfortunately, they botched the job. The team was eliminated, but we have a reliable information that one of the operatives has been taken captive. If this rogue agent were to spill information leading back to my employers, it could lead to some corporate war. A great many lives could be lost. My employer would like nothing more than to prevent such a tragic turn of events. I see, so you wish to retain team services tie up loose ends. Exactly. The captive operative is a rigger by the name of Thornvag Enstad. We need him neutralized before he can inform us on the captors. And Enstad and his team have already put the facility in high alert. Stealth will not be an option. Your team will need to shoot its way in, eliminate Enstad, and exit the facility. Straightforward enough tasks, and well within my team's capabilities. What do you offer in the team's pay? 15,000. The offer is non-negotiable. I'll pass the offer to my team. Very good. Decline for now. Pending. Yeah, back to route. The other one is supposed to be 36,000, and I might want to do that. Steel Fleet, Frau Muller should be on her way, but before you go to the meeting site, I have news. He glances at you, and his words trail off. Upon seeing the expression on your face, Amsel's voice becomes grave. It can wait. Tell me what's happened. I had some trouble with the U-Bahn. Someone set up an ambush. Bad news, my friend. Someone is hunting us. They set up an ambush at the U-Bahn line. Truth be told, I've been expecting that something like that might happen. I'm just glad that you made it out alive. Hand over the encrypted PDA. One of the attackers dropped this. He examines it. Yes, I should be able to extract some information from this. Give me a moment. Plugs the PDA into his computer and gets to work. A few minutes later, he lets out a grunt of dismay. Well, Steel Fleet, I was able to recover a file, but unfortunately that's all I've ever been able to pull off this thing. All that anyone will, truth be told. Must have been running some kind of counter-intrusion software. The instant I gained access, it bricked itself. Amsel disconnects the useless PDA and drops to the floor ground. It clatters and rests on the metal floor. What did you manage to pull off of it? A comm file. The audio is all here, but it looks like we've only got video from one side of the conversation. Let's see what we have. He opens the file, and a Knight Marshal familiar face appears on the screen. Back mirror. That's that same guy from the very beginning of the game, isn't it? The voice speaks for Amshield speakers filling the room. Audrin here. What's your status? The image is garbled, but his voice sounds young and eager. Target acquired, sir. You were right. We spotted him on the U-Bahn, just like you said. Probably on his way to a job. As per your instructions, we're going to take him out on his way back. He'll be more vulnerable that way. Hopefully injured and low on ammo too, but only time will tell. Good man. Proceed as instructed. Will do. Osman is rigging up an ambush spot now. We'll try to make it quick. Send me a call when the job is done. Arden out. The image of the computer dies. Ansel turns his face. Well, our scarred friend makes an appearance. See if I suspect that Greenwinter's predictions are coming true. I believe that Frushrins is behind this, or Firewing. Under Amsel's patient exterior, you can feel the worry that's eating him. Be on your guard, you and the rest of your team. You made it through the attack relatively unscathed, but next time you might not be so lucky. Guess we have a name to put to the face. That's not all we have. As I was saying when you first walked in, I have been productive as well. I was able to uncover some new evidence in your absence, and coincidentally enough, that evidence pertains to our scarred friend. You might recall that I said I'd dig into Ardrin's skin grafts. Well, I did, and that search has finally borne fruit. One of my contacts outside the Berlin handles the paperwork for private hospitals all across Germany. It's a dull, boring job, but it does have its perks. Amsel pulls an open file on his computer. A medical chart opens up on screen. As it turns out, our scarred friend's skin grafts were performed at a legitimate hospital. After all, Biotech 4, read the charts. You glance over the charts with a trained eye. A few salient details leap at you. Firstly, there's almost no personality-identifying information listed in the chart. Apparently, Ardrin was delivered to the hospital without any form of ID, and they were unable to find a listing for him in the medical database. His name is listed as Max Munsterman, local equivalent of John Doe. Secondly, his injuries are described in great deal. The prognosis was fairly grim. At the time of admission, Ardrin had sustained third-degree burns all over 60% of his body. He had also been on the receiving end of massive blunt force trauma. 2 of his ribs were broken, and his pelvis had been shattered. On top of these terrible wounds, he was also suffering from radiation toxicity. The chart suggests his body absorbed over 5,000 millisieverts of ionized radiation. Without treatment, he almost certainly would have died. Finally, the date of admission catches your attention. Ardrin was delivered to the hospital on 25th of September, 39. The admission nurse estimates his age at the time to be 25. Almost like your face as you step back from the computer. Your thoughts? Hold nothing back. I'd like to hear everything that comes to mind. Well, those burns sound like Dragonfire, but the Firewing burn... But if the Firewing burned Ardrin, why are we working for it now? The hospital couldn't ID Ardrin. Either someone covered his tracks for him, or he was living completely off the grid. Ardrin may have spent some time in the socks. That radiation poisoning didn't happen on its own. He was living completely off the grid, probably. Indeed, for Ardrin were denizens of the SOX. Glowpunk, his lack of identified information would make sense. It's a working theory at any rate. So one way or another, Ardrin is off the books, either due to living off the grid or a cover-up after the fact. If any other ways, he might have spent some time in the SOX. The radiation poison didn't happen on its own. 5,000 millisieverts is a lot of exposure. Short of basking in the glow of an unshielded reactor, I don't know how he absorbed that much ionized radiation without spending time in the SOX. Alright. Ardrin was heavily irradiated, most likely from time spent there. What else? Well, burns sound like Dragonfire, but if she burned him, why would he be working for her? I don't think that Ardrin's working for Firewing. I believe he's serving her. On Greenwinter's second DVD, he mentions that there's a cult within the SOX that worships Firewing. They're disciples of the Cleaning Fire. I believe Ardrin belongs to this cult. That's bad news. There's nothing more dangerous than a zealot. My thoughts exactly. A hireling can sometimes be bribed or reasoned with. A pawn can be liberated, but the Firewing soldiers look up to her as a goddess figure. Nothing short of killing her will deter them, and even that might not stop them. So to sum it up, Ardrin has probably spent time in the SOX. It's possible he even lived there as a member of the Firewing Dragon Cult, and he's after you. He pauses for a moment before continuing. In my mind, all this reinforces one fact. We need to find Vauclair, and we need to do it fast. Wait. How does that follow? Firewing's men just made an attempt at your life, Steelfleet. It's clear from a message we just saw that Ardrin sent them to look for you. Give it enough time, he'll do it again, and next time they might be more successful. We must act before that happens. But before we venture back to the Hartfield Manor, we need to find Vauclair, and more reason to gather Alice's feet quickly then. Agreed. New objective. Meet with Frau Muller. The buzzing sound. He lifts his hand to his deck. And as luck would have it, Frau Muller has arrived. Best of luck with the meeting. Remember, this is urgent. We need that money. I'm on it. So we do have one more DVD, though, for exposition. There's no reason not to. Load the third DVD. 42. August 5th. I was thinking about Adrian today, not as he was when he disappeared, not as the fabled Dragon Slayer, the big-time CEO of Dallas Defense. I mean when we were kids. He was always more of a kid than I was, of course. He's 15 years older than me. In a way, he was more like a parent than a brother. He pauses, drops to an invisible point on the table, his gaze in front of him. So I was thinking about this time when we were on holiday. Our parents took us out this island of Pole to enjoy the beach. I must have been about 5 years old. Adrian was 20. It'd be his last family vacation with us. A year later, he'd begin his meteoric rise to fame and fortune. On this trip, he was my brother, and when I fell off the little paddle boat that our parents rented and started sinking fast into the Baltic, he was the one who dove in and rescued me. You saved my life that day, Adrian. I love you forever for that, and I will find you, I owe you that much. Play track 2. And, June 6th, 49. Found an old news article that mentioned Adrian from way back in 36. It was printed in a fanatical magazine called Das Franzwing, one of those chick print-based mags that they produce for the retro crowd. There aren't any clues in here, but it's good to see someone else acknowledge his existence. He clicks off screen, and an image of the Winters disappears, replaced by digital scan of the magazine page. In the aftermath of the Dragon Lover's hostile takeover of Sadir Krupp, Schwarzling Schlafblatt German name, and continuing brain drain of high-level executives causing ongoing worry among company shareholders. Company stock took a major hit, while Laffer disposed former CEO Wilhelm Graf Bennick last August. 3 months later, long-held power positions with the Sky Empire continued to empty as the Dragon consolidates his power base. The most recent casualties of Laffer's takeover include Alexander, at least 3 people. Harding stepped into the role to replace Dr. Adrian Vauclair, who disappeared under mysterious circumstances 2 years ago. So there you have it. That's what they have to say about Adrian, mere 2 years after his disappearance. My brother, the footnote. Garbled text. More garbled text. There's probably some clues in here if I were to scan it. Dr. Vauclair is my sad duty to inform you that, by unanimous vote of the Austrians, your position as CEO of Dell Defense will be terminated at the end of this calendar month. Your continued misallocation of company funds to pursue personal agendas cannot and will not be tolerated any longer. The Supervisory Board is not unsympathetic to your mental state. The trauma that you endured during your pursuit of the Dragon and Firewing must have been enormous, but your continued obsession with the Dragon, the dead Dragon, I might add, has proven a negative influence on the company and has unjustified drain on the company resources. The board wishes you all the best in the future endeavors. We have prepared a generous severance package to assist you in the time of transition. If there's anything more we can do to help, don't hesitate to ask. Okay, there you go. We could accept this next mission, maybe restock some of my drone repair things, and yeah, here, add a couple of those, maybe. I don't know if I can upgrade anything. I'm on a schedule. What have you got? Okay, consumables. These are kind of cheap, so, you know, it's nice to have one or two of these. I've bought Blaster level 2, Killer level 2, Medic level 2, and Suppression level 1. I have Armor 6, which is supposed to give me +1 move speed and 1 biotech. As far as the drones are concerned, you have no new drones. You do have a new cyber deck, which is the Fick Vertruck X. That's the one that Blitz had before he upgraded. Since, if you give it to him to upgrade. That's 3,500. I have the money, but don't know if I should do that. But it does give you more evasion and 1 more program. I could do it. And I have Killer level 2, Medic 2, Suppression, Blaster. I can do Erosion level 2. There you go. Don't need drones, don't need another cyber deck. Maybe 1 more consumable. Oh my god, I think when you pop these, they'll be gone forever afterwards. Maybe. Otherwise, then I wouldn't call them consumables. Although I am equipped with one. I don't know. I could buy one more. The execute attack program. I don't know. The shield program. The exploder program. I don't know. There you go. Yep. Dex. Firm. I'll need to equip that. I have equipped it. Oh shit, I have 2 of these. You know what? I guess that's fine. 2 attack programs. Alright. Probably better to have a variety, though. Inventory. I still have 14 karma. I think I already spent this once, but let's spend it again on intelligence. And then mark target 3 increases your chance to hit damage by 20%. I bought that deck. I'm not sure where it is. Biotech is pretty good. But ESP control, and then there's drone control. +1 AP bonus to the drone. That'll be good as soon as I get that. ESP control, though, is falling behind a little bit. But with the intelligence, I'd be able to increase my chance to hit enemies by 20%. I don't really mark people that much. But, can equip the Farlight Excalibur. Yeah, well, I have 8 karma. Maybe ESP control, I don't know, maybe. Now everything is 5, except intelligence, so now I'm going to start doing... I'd like to get decking 6, to be honest. Then I'll catch up on ESP control. Biotech, and then drone control. It doesn't... It still shows me equipped with this shit. And I just bought a deck. Can I just sell that to you? I'm not gonna sell that. I'm gonna sell this. There you go. Because I have the better one in stash. There you go. I have to go to my stash to get it. That's a little annoying. I feel naked without my cyber deck on my back. I'm gonna waste my time just getting to the stash. There we go. I don't use Jazz. Gives me 2 quickness and 1 AP for 5 rounds. It might be useful, but I don't know. I might just want to sell it. There you go. There's my cyber deck. It's a little under because he's got the Excalibur deck. I think I gave him the Excalibur deck. Oh, no, I haven't. I have to redo this. So, okay, her. Do I give her a stronger gun or 1 movement? Remember I did the gun last time. I mean, I did the movement last time. But maybe the sniper is just better. It's kind of hard to say. You get the upgrade, or you could get Blitzgain's Hydraulic Jack's Cyberware. I guess I could give him a better deck, like before. And I want Revive from her. And I want one less AP for him. There you go. Just what I want. There are probably benefits to the other one, obviously. I have the highest legal deck right now that money can buy. Do I have that equipped? I've got to get 2 of these equipped. I probably should buy a med kit because I tend to get my ass kicked a lot. And my biotech will heal me up pretty nicely. Let's see. Not you. I need to go to the clinic and get one. Sad you can't just like access a panel and just say, okay, here's all the people in the area. But I know why they do this. I mean, this is, you know, immersion and stuff. Alright, you. I need medical supplies. I could buy a revive, but I probably should buy that. There you go. I should probably sell jazz while I'm at it. Oops. I don't want that in me. That's what she said. To confirm that. Here. I'm going to sell jazz to you. There you go. Exit. Now we can go talk to her. It's been forever. Alright. Although there probably are some story elements I'm missing. Like Samuel over here. Are you accepting donations? It's been a rousing success, and at this point, we only have one more goal in mind. I've been in negotiations with Brooks to lease another building. The construction is much more modern and sturdy. Our people will be better protected there. In addition, extra floor space. A 500 noon can make the purchase. Take what you need. I got you covered. It's incredibly generous, thank you. Do good with it. I don't know what to say. This donation will officially find our goal. I'll speak with Brook immediately and provide him with a down payment. The Steel Fleet Civil Center will stand as a monument to your generosity and care. Thank you once again. You have been a godsend part of this place, and I will see to it that they know it. It has a nice ring to it. Happy you're pleased. You've more than earned it. Accepting donations? Nope. Alright, well. That's what it takes. No reason for me to really do that. I don't think. Just a do-good feeling, I think, and that's about all you get out of it. But I will give the bitch $5 more, even though I don't really think she needs it, and I'm not going to get anything out of it. There you go. There's Cammy again. I don't think she has anything to say. Let's go into the cyber cafe, accept the mission, but don't go on it yet. That'll be the end of this episode. Frau Muller. As you press your way forward through the cozy, smoke-filled confines of Cafe Chev's, you catch sight of Frau Muller. Objective complete. Meet with Frau Muller. She appears, as Amsel described her, an impressive-looking woman of Alstonar descent, with coffee-colored skin and dark, wavy hair. Everything about her screams corporate executive, from her expensive-looking suit to her tastefully understated makeup. She's obviously nervous, but she's hiding it well. She locks eyes with you and hesitates only slightly before speaking. Steel Fleet, I presume? Herr Amsel told me I could meet you here. He wasn't lying. He said you had a job for me. She nods, silence for a moment, then nods. Yes, yes I do. In truth, I'm in desperate need of your help. Tell me what you need. She offers you a small smile. An assumed name, obviously, but I have been told that this is how you people do business. Oh, no etiquette. She straightens up her seat and tries on a smile. It hangs there for a second, then fades. She sighs. From my accent, you no doubt infer that I am Alstauser. Further, you may have guessed who I work for. You tell me I'm not in the business of guessing. Aztecology, the only Aztec-based corporate operation in Germany. I've been with the corporate for over a decade. Over the course of my employment, I've worked on a great many projects. From innocuous to the obscene, my hands have touched it all. Never once did I question the wisdom of our research. Never once did I consider blowing the whistle on my employers. I kept my nose down, worked hard, and excelled at the task before me. They must love you there. No more than another employee, but my commitment and work ethics were recognized, and I ascended to the corporate ladder very quickly. Which brings me to where I am today. Last month, I was transferred here from my home, and Ten Oak, Chuckladen, they told me that an employee of my caliber was needed in Berlin, and that I would be working on a project with wide researching applications. The only detail that I was given was the name of the project, Bloodline. That doesn't sound good. Just look at you in the eye, and for the first time, you can see the cracks in her composure. She's doing a good job of hiding it, but deep down, this woman is terrified. I've seen many terrible things in my life, Steelfleet. In that place, blood magic is a commonplace. Take a moment to imagine what that means. In the underground markets, people were bought and sold as chattel. Street children are rounded up and bled like lambs. I witnessed all these things by the age of 12. She takes a deep breath and lets it out slowly. Seeing such things, it changes you, makes you numb. But what I found when I arrived here was worse. The project, it horrifies me, Steelfleet, and it must be stopped. Tell me everything you know about Bloodline. She shakes her head. The less you know, the better, for us both. You'll just have to trust me on that. You need only to know that it is evil, and that it is not a word I use lightly. Evil is a childish term. There's no such thing as good and evil, black and white. Soon you'll learn that, the better. Yeah. Alright, fine. What do you want me to do about it? I want you to bring the building down. The computers, the research data, the mages and the scientists that are working to bring about this abomination. I want all of them burned to ashes and burned in rubble. No compromise and no exceptions. Her tone softens. I'm sure you have unanswered questions. I'm not in the habit of dealing with Shadowrunners. The truth, I spent the majority of my career living in fear of you people. But I do know that you're the only ones who can get this done. So tell me, Steelfleet, is there anything more you didn't hear from me, or are you ready to make a decision? Paul Amsel's my representative in this matter. Why couldn't you tell any of this to him? I need to meet you in person, to look into your eyes and see the man behind the name. Now that I've done so, I'm sure you're the one that I need. What about any innocent people in the building? None of us are innocent, Steelfleet. Oh, and she was just talking about good and evil. But if you need to salve your conscience, rest assured that at the hour of your approach, the only person authorized to be in the site will be security and senior members of the research team. And I assure you, neither are innocent in this matter. If the Bloodline project reaches completion, nobody will be safe ever again. This sounds hypocrite. It sounds like a hyperbole. I know, but it isn't. The Bloodline project will lead to countless deaths. I am certain enough of this to hire you, despite the fact that doing so probably cost me my own life. How do you expect me to level a building? You don't need to. You just need to be a competent decker, which I'm told you are. The facility is powered by a number of on-site generators. There are safeguards in place to prevent them from overloading. In the event of a power spike, the system is designed to shut itself down. But I know how you can disable those safeguards. Once the generators begin to overload, you'll have a limited time to research a safe distance. The explosion will be quite catastrophic. What about building security? Expect it to be light. In addition to their standard security team, Asticology has taken out a night-errand, high-threat response team contract to protect the building. Corporate doesn't seem to mind contracting the competitor for emergency response service. That should give you some indication as to the uniqueness of this project. At any rate, I believe I've come up with a solution to the knight-errant problem. I'll discuss the matter with you and Herr Amsel if you decide to take the job. But let's talk compensation. 36,000 Nguyen, as I told Herr Amsel. That's what I've allocated for the job. That's fair. It's better than fair. I've done my homework, Steelfleet. I've reached a decision. Yes, and I'll take the job. Her face visibly brightens. In that case, it's a deal. I can't tell you how relieved I am, Steelfleet. Thank you for helping me to bring this nightmare to an end. I will iron out the remaining details with your Herr Amsel. He'll want to talk this over with you anyway, I'm sure. You're a good man, Steelfleet. You're saving more lives than you know. There you go. Notify Amsel. Well, as soon as I get back there, I'm not going to talk to him right away. I'm going to save and we're going to be done with it. Because, in a big-ass hands, because it's time to go. It's time for this episode to end. And, well, I'm glad I could get more money out of it than that dude, even though, as I mentioned, there's probably a reward if you were to do that along with everything else. don't know if I care right now about it, because it's ambiguous at this moment anyway. So, I'll see everybody next episode.